All right, have and have not fans, it's Tuesday night, so you know what that means, a brand new episode. I just wanted to do a quick video before the episode comes on in a couple of hours, mainly because this is a topic a lot of fans have been asking me over the past week about what are my thoughts on it. Since Jennifer's body with the tagline Jennifer Salison crier victim was thrown out at the news station, and we clearly saw in the episode preview that it's going to be on the news that crier victim is written on Jennifer's body. Now the question is, what will happen now? Will Jim go back to jail? So this video is all about, will the criers go back to jail? And that means Jim and Katheryn, or one or the other. Let's just put it this way. Will a crier go back into the jail cell? I'm going to be honest, it ain't looking too good. Here's why. Because when you think about it, the fact that crier victim was written on the body does not look too good for the whole, hey, Jim is innocent. Because when you think about it, a lot of people might be thinking, well, maybe Jim and or Katheryn, not to mention maybe even the Harringtons, have a thorn in their side. Because remember that Jennifer arrested those four, remember David, Veronica, Katheryn, and Jim, on TV. Like, Jim and Katheryn had just left the stage. Well, actually all four of them just left the stage, because Jim was originally going to announce he wasn't running for governor, but then he said, you know what, he's still going to stick in the race. Things were up, people were applauding. I think he got a standing ovation, if I'm not mistaken. Stepped off the stage the moment he did so. That's when Jennifer and the cops came. Next thing you know, they all got arrested. And again, I'm pretty sure the cameras are either still rolling, not to mention you had all those photographers. So put it this way, the fact that those four got arrested probably did not go unnoticed. Then you look at the fact that, after a big political, campaign like that went sour due to being arrested by Jennifer, no less, because remember, it's like, she was a cowboy that just rounded up the gang of thieves right there, the way she was like a desperado. So it would not surprise me, most people would think that, the criers are guilty because Jim and Katheryn and everybody else feels sour about what happened, that they wanted to get revenge. And, Jim, they could use the alibi. Well, you know what? I was in jail, so there was no way I could do it. But then somebody would probably dig up the records. Well, you did get Warlock out of jail. He's a no gangbanger, drug supplier, pimp, whatever the case may be. Pretty much because he even told Jim way back in the war room, back in season 3, that, oh, you're a judge, you could check out my record. Here's my name. I don't care. You'll see that I got a long list, even from juvie to now. So that doesn't really do much for Jim's case, because I could see him being accused of the murder, maybe not himself, but obviously having somebody to do it. But remember that the plan was originally going to be to put Jennifer's body in Warlock's trunk, and that pretty much sometimes it makes me kind of suspicious. Maybe that's not Jennifer's body that was dropped off at the news station. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. But if Mama Rose is going to teach him a lesson, then it's going to be one he's not going to forget. Let's put it that way. So in retrospect, I don't see Jim going back to jail. I mean, I could see it happening based off what we've seen, but to put him back in jail really wouldn't make much sense. But then again, look at how much Benny's been sent to and from, the police station. So I just wanted to do this quick video to go into my thoughts about what I think might occur since, Jennifer's body is going to be on the news, has crier victim written on the front. There's no telling what's going to happen. But I will say this much. It's going to take one hell of a job by Oscar, David, Jim working together to try to clean this up. Honestly, I don't know how they're going to clean it up. Unless there's some kind of DNA test that's done to prove that's Jennifer's body, I don't even know. All I'm saying is things are not looking good for Jim Crier, and it just, the guy can't catch a break. Not to say he deserves one after everything he's done so far, but things are not looking good. And when it comes down to what I was saying earlier about, remember back in episode 1 where Mama Rose found out that Mitch was shot at, and she got on the phone saying, I want you to take that body and put it in that man's trunk. So again, that's why I do have like the little bit of a theory here that perhaps the body dumped out at the news station wasn't Jennifer. Again, that's just like a pseudo theory. It's not, something I'm 100% confident in, but it's just something that seems like an interesting plot point. Not to mention that it would be one heck of a way to turn things around against Jim, because again, things are just piling up against this guy. His wife's getting a divorce, cleaned out the house. The DA, well, not Jennifer, but the new DA has all the photos and videos that Candace took of him in the war room. So again, things are not looking too good. So with that being said, I just want to do a brief video, get your thoughts on it to let you, kind of chime in before the episode starts. Do you think that with everything going on, will Jim go back to jail? And if so, how the heck do you think he's going to get out again? Because again, he's trying to stop. Well, he's not really concerned about Wyatt testifying against him, because given the fact that Anna's really teaching Wyatt to kind of, look at himself in terms of, what, you're hurting yourself more than your family. The fact that he's trying to like get out of that situation and not be arrested, but then on top of that, you have the whole situation where the Jennifer's body might put him back in jail anyway. So again, just a quick video kind of chiming in my thoughts on the situation. Do you think that Jim and Katheryn will go back to jail?